Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Professor William Corder, and I am the instructor for this Physical Geography and the Environment 101, number 34980, that runs from Sunday, April 14th at 5 p.m. through Saturday, June 8th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. in this spring 2024 8-week semester format at Santa Ana College. Canvas, which is what runs our online course, suggests using either Chrome or Firefox rather than Safari, although I happen to be using Safari at this moment, so who knows. They also suggest that you clear your cache to ensure the fluidity and the functioning of your system. If you don't know how to do that, YouTube has lots and lots of videos on how to do it. The Canvas phone number is 844-612-7428. I would strongly suggest that you load that into your phone because they are available to you for free as a student of this class 24/7, and they are very helpful with tech issues. It's loaded into my phone, so I use them relatively frequently, and they're great. Before I walk you through how to get onto this class and some things about it, I want to tell you a quick little story. So I work out at the YMCA near my house, and I sometimes work out with a guy named Gabriel, in other words. So Gabe is what he goes by. He's a Vietnam veteran. Actually, I saw him yesterday. And so he's a bit older than me. And when he found out that I teach geography for a living, he said to me, I did not realize how important geography was until I got sent to Vietnam. And you can imagine why that would be the case, because in a war, you have to understand how to read maps, you have to understand topography, you have to understand weather and climate, meteorology and climatology. In other words, you probably want to understand things like culture and language and food and all sorts of things like that. And so what I'm telling you is this, that this class actually is a kind of multidisciplinary course in terms of what it covers. And I think you'll find that if you do well in this, that over your lifetime, a lot of the things that you learn in this class actually come back over and over and over and are actually pretty useful things, including climate change, which over your lifetime, you're probably going to watch this play out in all kinds of different crazy and wild ways. So let's go through how we do this. The first thing you want to do is you want to type in sac.edu, like you see up here, sac.edu, and then either this page or a similar page is going to show up. Once you see this page, click on Canvas right there, and then this bronze log into Canvas banner is going to show up. You click on that and you input your information, and it's going to bring you to your Canvas dashboard. Now, this is my Canvas dashboard, so it probably looks a bit different from yours unless you're taking every single class that I teach. So you scroll around and you look and you find your class, and there it is, Geography 101, number 34980. Click on that, and it's going to open up for you. There you go. Let's start with this. It says start here. Good place to click to start. So what I would strongly suggest you do is that you read through this and then watch this video. It'll give you a little information about the class. I'm going to click over here on home again. This is called your Canvas homepage, by the way. There is a quiz the first week on the syllabus. So let's click over here on the syllabus tab, and you're going to see that the syllabus should auto open for you. There it goes. It did auto open. That's great. I want you to notice some things right away, and that is that deadlines matter in this class. You can see it says it right there. Deadlines matter in this class. So make sure that you pay attention to deadlines because there are no makeups, retakes, or redos on anything. What I would like you to do is to read through the syllabus because you're going to have to take this quiz on the syllabus. Notice the no-show policy. If you do not complete the first 2 assignments in Module 1, which must be completed by Saturday, April 20th at 11:59 p.m., I am required to drop you. And I'm required to drop you by both the college, so the institution itself, and the state of California. And those 2 assignments, as you see momentarily, are the syllabus quiz and the first discussion board. There are 2 other assignments in Module 1. They are the 2 video homework assignment quizzes. But those are not due until the end of the second week, Saturday, April 27th. But you do need to get those first 2 things done by the end of this first week, or I am required to drop you. So please get those things done. Let's scroll through this a little bit. Canvas to contact information, disclaimer, the instructor, which is me, reserves the right to modify this syllabus course overview if needed. Obviously, we went through a pandemic together, so we know that things can happen. Hopefully nothing happens, but just in case. Here's the way you contact me. Whether that is going to be via Canvas message or whether that's my email address you can see there. I'm not really going to be at that phone number, which is my office at Santa Ana College. So I probably wouldn't call it, but I put it on there just, pro forma kind of thing. Course name, description, format. There is no textbook for this class. There are multiple textbooks that you can use, but those are going to be for supplement only. I'm not going to test you on anything specific in the textbook or any textbook. But as long as you use a physical geography textbook that's relatively recent, it will help you with reference if you want to use that. Otherwise, all the information is contained within the Canvas course. Course placement and transferability tells you what the class is good for. DSPS statement. If you're a DSPS student, please get that documentation to me as quickly as possible so I can accommodate you appropriately. Student learning outcomes, course objectives, course topics. Notice that the course is broken into 4 sections. Each one of these sections ends with an exam. Attendance, ChatGPT, and other AI warnings. So, on the discussion boards, please don't use any kind of AI or ChatGPT. If you do, I'm required to report you to the college using a Maxient report, which is not good for you and it's a hassle for me. So, just don't do it. Just write your own response. I'm not grading you on grammar or anything like that. I just want you to respond to other students. Course grading. How about that? It's probably what you're here for. So there's 4 100-point multiple choice exams, 8 video homework assignment quizzes. As I mentioned, there's 2 per section. So 2 times 4 is 8. Syllabus quiz, as I already mentioned, worth 20 points. And then 8 discussion board participation exercises worth 15 points each. Notice that the grading scale is a straight scale. And also notice this, no exams will be dropped, no video homework assignments will be dropped. The syllabus quiz will not be dropped. The discussion boards will not be dropped. A 0 will be assigned for all exams, video homework assignments, and discussion boards that are not completed. Once a graded assignment, like a quiz, discussion board, exam closes, it cannot be reopened. There are no makeups, retakes, or redos on any graded assignment. No late work will be accepted on any graded assignment, quiz, or exam. This is the schedule for the semester. Please take a look at that. You're going to do 2 modules per week. There's 16 modules in a Canvas course, so we have 8 weeks to do this, so 2 per week. And you can see Canvas course site, technical support, required technology, academic honesty, assignments to Canvas. Here's the important dates. There are not many of them for this class because we're only doing the second 8 weeks of the semester. You are, by the way, known in this business as a self-selecting student, which generally means that you're a really good student. Miscellaneous, and then Title IX. Okay, if you continue to scroll down, you can see there are the suggestions, for the successful completion of geography. I stutter a little bit, so to say that is not an easy thing to do. And you can see that there are 12 of those bullet points. I would read through those because they help you understand, how to take care of the class and how to study. Instructor contact, instructor bio, so some things about me, and then emailing me. Please read this thing about emailing me before you ever email me. It just makes sure that we kind of stay on a professional level. Required materials and so on. Okay, let's come back over here to home. And I'm going to click on modules, and that's where we're going to start. So what I would strongly suggest you do is that you go through the course information module and then to these other modules and resources. And then we're going to do module 1 and module 2. Okay, that's what we're doing the first week. Then the second week, module 3 and module 4, and then module 5 and module 6, and so on until we go all the way through it. Let's take a look at module 1 and the way they all work, which is like this. I would click on the module 1 introduction. Gives you a little overview of what this module is about, a little video from me. You can click on next if you want to. It'll bring you to the next thing, which is that same video that you saw a moment ago about welcome to physical geography and the environment. I would just watch it. If you've already watched it, then fine, you don't need to watch it again. And then here's the syllabus and suggestions for successful completion of geography quiz. So after having read through the syllabus, read through these instructions, and then you take this quiz. You get 2 opportunities to take the quiz. So, you should be able to do okay with it, but you can't log in and log out, and you cannot see your answers until after you've completed it and everybody has completed it. So the answers will be open at the end of the week or the beginning of the second week. Then this is the first discussion board. So remember, you need to complete that syllabus quiz and you need to complete this discussion board, which just has to do with the pandemic. You're just going to tell us all some things that you either would have done differently or that you did that kind of helped you out. Like a lot of people talk about getting closer to their family and so on during the pandemic. So just a kind of like an icebreaker. Okay. And the way you do it is after having read the instructions, you click on reply here, and then you type in your answer, And then down here, you click on post reply. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to post a reply. And then you can see everybody else, and you need to respond to one student also. I'm going to click back over here to modules really quickly and just show you what I'm doing as I'm going through this. So you can see that I've gone through each one of these 3 pages. Now, these are the 2 video homework assignments, the Habitable Planet number 2 and then Earth Reveal number 1. They both work the same way. And remember, they're due by the 27th. You click on this link. It will bring you to a professionally captioned video. You watch the video, which is 28 minutes long, and then you're just going to answer questions about the video. You also get 2 attempts at this, and it's going to be the same thing with the second of these 2 videos. Okay, and you have to have those done. It's just a quiz that you're going to take on it, basically. Scroll down here, and then you can see textbook versus a professor. Just there's a video talking about the possibilities of the textbooks. But let's click on this. Section 1, Module 1, Terms and Concepts. And notice you have Section 1, Module 2, Terms and Concepts. Section 1, Module 3, Terms and Concepts, and so on. Okay, what those are is this is the information that you need to get out of this first module in order to be able to take the first exam, which is found in Module 4. So you need to understand these concepts and this terminology. Where do you get that information from? I will tell you where you get that information from. You get that information from right here. So from the introduction to physical geography and the environment, the Earth system, all the way down through temperature conversions. And each one of these is a lecture video that I have created personally for you. They are all either professionally captioned or captioned by me. There's some little messy things because I went through YouTube, although, as I said, they're professionally captioned, or else I caption them, or both in some cases. But YouTube kind of scrambled a little bit of the captioning on a few of them, I've noticed, so it might happen, but it happens at the end. And then, you go to the second one after watching that one. It's the geometry of degrees. And then you go to the next one, which is the 3 Earth moments, and so on. So that's the way we're going to go through the class. I would like you to know that in the modules, each graded assignment is indented one place. So you can see in Module 1, these are all graded assignments. They're all indented one place. In Module 2, there are no graded assignments, although you need to go through that. And then in Module 3, you have an indented assignment. Notice also these more about things. That's exactly what this is, more about. As in, if you need more information about something, here's somebody else talking about it rather than me. You do not have to watch those, but if indeed you do want more information, that's where you can get some more information. So I want you to know also that the discussion boards, the topics in them are not always just straight ahead geography topics. Although almost anything can be construed as geography, but they're meant to represent topics that might arise organically in a face-to-face or live class. They have some relation to geographic topics generally, but they might be kind of distantly related. Nevertheless, they're the types of things that arise kind of organically in a classroom and then elicit discussion. And so that's the way we're going to roll. I think most people find that to be kind of nice rather than one like straight kind of boring geography topic after another. We have a variety of things we're going to talk about. Would you like 5 extra credit points on your Section 1 exam? Raise your hand if you want it. Everybody raise your hand if you want it. Wow, I'm surprised there's so few people raising your hand. But for those of you who did raise your hand, here's the way you're going to get 5 extra credit points on your first exam. Email me or message me through Canvas with the name of the guy that I spoke about from the YMCA that I work out with sometimes. Okay? Regarding geography. The thing I talked about at the beginning of this video. Put the name of the class, which is Geography 101, number 34980, and his name in the subject box of the email, and then your name in the body of the email. This must reach me by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th, in order to receive those points. And you know what else? On the welcome email that I sent to you, there's also 5 points embedded in that. And in fact, there will be extra credit embedded throughout the semester in things like emails or in some of the videos. So if you're watching, you're going to get extra credit points. There are no extra credit in any other way. There's no other way to get it, just by doing the right thing. All right, let's have a great 8 weeks.